This cartoon TV series, broadcast since 2004 in Italy on Rai 2, is firmly rooted in the fantasy genre for children, with clear debts owed, for example, to the Harry Potter franchise. This animated series is the flagship franchise for Rainbow, its production company, Winx Club, and it centers on a group of teenage girl fairies whose televised adventures in the magic dimension have been followed by girls and tweens in 150 countries. However, the transnational popularity of Winx owes as much to contemporary Hollywood and pop music female stardom as anything else. With an eye toward representing ethnic and racial diversity and bringing together Charlie's Angels and the Mouseketeers with Harry Potter, think about that triangulation, the Winx characters were inspired by Britney Spears, Lucy Liu, Beyonce Knowles, Jennifer Lopez, Pink, and Cameron Diaz. Our book, La Nazione Winx, is divided into 3 parts with some appendices. Part 1 allows us to focus on the text and is called La Galassia Winx. It was the subject of a 2018 article entitled Winxologia, published in an issue of Imago dedicated to animation. And using fieldwork we had conducted in Bologna as a point of departure, we describe the Winx galaxy, everything from the primary text to the global formats to the Titanic merchandising. And so, as you can see on the slide, it's distributed globally, but produced quite locally. That's something that we really are interested in. Multiple perspectives of girls, girlhood, fantasy, fandom, girl power, and participatory culture. And our conceptual framework derives from post-feminist media studies, which help us in our examination along the way. The Winx Nation, then, is the title of the book. Is the title of the book and the title of our part of this presentation. And so our studies approach is not a conventional media studies project, but rather a study of a media object through the theoretical perspectives of gender studies and cultural studies. And that is the theoretical framework of our work, of this project. The European Journal of Cultural Studies devoted a special issue in 2018 to the subject of commercial national symbols. And the editors, I'm going to mispronounce their names, but it was Gurem Bolin and Galina Mijasevic, make some useful distinctions between nation building, sort of a la Anderson, and nation branding.
So what then with relative modesty as a comic book is now a global brand. The series is broadcast in all Western and Hispanic speaking countries, Russia and Eastern Europe, China and Indonesia, Australia and New Zealand, and the MENA region, including Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, and you can read all the countries. And these are not official data. This is the data in a kind of very unofficial way we were given. We were given at the Rainbow, actually, by the assistants to the CEOs, and they said they couldn't say anything, but they said this, but they gave us this information, so we cannot go beyond certain limits. Anyway, this is quite impressive. And very recently, in 2018, in 2017, the first season, Netflix US released World of Winx, and in 2018, it released the second season of World of Winx, a spin-off. And in spring 2019, the Rainbow announced the production of a live-action young adult series with the clear intention of expanding the age group of the target audience. And this is also important because at the Rainbow, they gave more information about the audiences they are trying to reach, which are transgenerational and transnational. We'll talk about that more while looking at the surveys. And then there have been 3 feature films: Winx Club, Il Segreto del Regno Perduto. Next slide, there was World of Winx. This is the spin-off. And then next slide, yeah, 3 features. So Wings Club, Il segreto del regno perduto, The Secret of the Lost Kingdom. Wings Club 3D, or 3D, Magic Avventura, Magical Adventure. And Wings Club, Il mistero degli abissi, The Mystery of the Abyss. They were globally released in theaters, and the first 2 were also broadcast on Nickelodeon and sold as DVDs. A recent data analysis of the international circulation of Italian cinema shows that Wings Club, Il segreto del regno perduto, and Wings Club 3D, Magic Avventura hold respectively, next slide please, 7th and 10th place in the top 10 most popular Italian films distributed globally between 2007 and 2016. So we're talking about La Grande Bellezza, the Great Beauty, all these important films, and the Wings, 2 of the Wings films are there.